The quarterback carousel got going before the season even ended, with my guy, Matthew Stafford, being traded from Detroit to LA and the Rams for my guy, Jared Goff. And this might just be the first of many moving pieces, Gary, when it comes to the quarterback position in the NFL this offseason. Not something we see very often. So let's start with my guy, Deshaun Watson, who's made it abundantly clear that he would like to move on from Houston as that organization is turned upside down. From my perspective, I think that irreparable harm has been done at this point, and there's no turning back. I know that the organization and Nick Caserio have said that my guy, Deshaun Watson, they have no interest in trading him, but that's easy to say right now. And as you get closer and closer to the season, and maybe even the draft, to me, it feels like they're going to have to make a move, because Deshaun Watson, my guy, seems to have really put his foot in the ground and held fast and is willing to hold fast the fact that he does not want to play in Houston. So I've got him going. What say you?
I got my guy Deshaun Watson, I think, staying in Houston. They just got to make this right. I know that he wants out. He's made it clear. Recently photographed with multiple Miami Dolphins. He is not leaving anything unsaid. But ultimately, if you're that franchise in Houston, you just got to make this right. You've got one of the very best young quarterbacks in the entire world. There's not enough to go around. Make this right with my guy Deshaun Watson and allow him to be your franchise quarterback, face of everything for many years to come.
My guy, Gary Parrish, he's holding with the organization there in Houston. Well, let's move to Aaron Rodgers, a guy who's everyone's guy, and he's definitely my guy because of the way he plays, but I also appreciate his back and forth and the way he utilizes the media. Some of his comments post a disappointing NFC Championship game loss to the Tampa Bay Bucks were slanted in a way that had my guy Aaron Rodgers somehow leaving Green Bay, which is hard to believe after he just picked up the MVP. And if you look at the contract, this is where my guy has a reason to be maybe a bit disappointed, or at least angling towards either movement or just a movement with that contract, because he's right there with my guy Jared Goff in terms of average annual salary. It's fifth among my guys at that quarterback position at around $33 million, which, look, is something we'd all love to have. But when my guy Aaron Rodgers wins the MVP, he deserves to get a raise. So I think my guy has just been working the media and some of his comments to angle in that way. I don't see him going anywhere other than maybe to spend some time in LA and then back to Green Bay for the season.
We're on the same page here. My guy Aaron Rodgers is not playing for anybody other than the Packers next season. Green Bay, that front office, they've done some dumb things like taking a quarterback early in the last draft, but they're not dumb. They have the reigning MVP, a franchise icon. Give my guy Aaron Rodgers a new deal and then let him continue to sling it around Lambeau Field for at least one more season.
Let's keep it rolling here with my guy Dak Prescott. And Gary, this to me is the most intriguing probably of all of these, because you just don't know where it's going to go. Prescott at this point has made it clear, at least through reports, that he's interested in signing a 4-year deal that has him near the top of the market. The Cowboys would like that to be a bit longer so they can spread all this money out and not take as big a cap hit. Now the franchise tag for the second year in a row lingers here in the next few weeks for my guy Dak Prescott. Could have him at $37 million for next season, something that the Cowboys have no interest in doing because of what it would do to their cap. When it comes to staying or going, I've got my guy Dak Prescott somehow staying in Dallas, because both parties, it benefits both of them, I should say, for the long term.
Yeah, my guy Dak Prescott is not going anywhere. We saw what the Cowboys looked like without him last season. It was not good. I feel like we've been talking about my guy Dak Prescott's contract forever. Like when we first started, I had hair. Now look at me. I mean, look at me. This is how long we've been talking about Dak Prescott's contract. So just get it done. You say you love him. You say he's the face of your franchise. You say he's a perfect leader. My guy Dak Prescott, prove it. Give him the contract he wants. Give him the contract he deserves, and stop making this a headline every week of every offseason.
GP, I remember that conversation. My guy had some lettuce flowing when we were in New York talking about Dak Prescott and that first initial contract extension. All right, let's rip through these last two quickly. Russell Wilson doesn't want to get sacked anymore, Gary. My guy shouldn't want to get sacked at this point in his career, but there's no chance he's leaving Seattle. This is just the energy, anger, frustration, whatever you might want to put it in terms of a category of February discussions. My guy, Russell Wilson, is getting paid to stay in Seattle and will stay in Seattle.
That's exactly right. My guy, Russell Wilson, will be the quarterback of the Seahawks. He's just flexing his muscle a little bit, expressing frustration a little bit. As you mentioned, my guy's tired of getting hit. He wants to have a larger voice in the franchise. So the Seahawks will give my guy, Russell Wilson, a larger voice, and everybody will be happy.
He deserves it at this point. All right, let's wrap it with a conversation that we had about two of our guys in terms of Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz yesterday. The package deal of my guys in terms of trying to get something for Carson Wentz and that massive contract that he has attached to him. So this is simple. I mean, they're going to be on the move. It's just a question of where and for what. And at some point, my guy Carson Wentz and the deal that he has is going to be an albatross that the Eagles are going to have to realize is going to affect what they get in return. But he will be on the move at some point, in my opinion.
There's no question. I mean, you mentioned earlier you think there's no going back for Deshaun Watson, and you might be right, but I know there's no going back for my guy Carson Wentz. They will not get in Philadelphia the offer that they want, but they will get an offer that will be something that they take, and Carson Wentz will be playing quarterback, or at least on the roster somewhere besides Philadelphia next season.
Gary, there's a lot of respect about you as a professional, but the fact that we got to nearly 35 my guys in a segment that hopefully people are still watching at this point is something that I will take with me for the rest of today until the next time we do this segment. Well done.